Welcome back to Ridiculous Ramblings, loves. I'm your host, Amy. It's Black Friday. Everything's half off, even my clothes. Just kidding. I'm wearing pants. Or am I? Before we get started with today's episode, just want to give a special shout out to my Castle Point fam. Hey guys, love you. Alright, let's get to it. Black Friday. The day after the world is so thankful and loving. Now it's time to throw some cash and some elbows for the hottest toy of the season and a $20 Keurig. Speaking of the hottest toy of the season and insane Black Friday stories, does anyone remember the insanity of Cabbage Patch Dolls, the Glowworm, and Tickle Me Elmo? If you had one of those around the Christmas tree, hug whoever gifted it to you. That person risked their life for you to love that toy for 5 seconds. Speaking of Cabbage Patch Dolls, while I was getting everything ready for today's episode, I turned to our good friends at Google, not endorsing the show. And when you type in Black Friday Cabbage Patch, it's often followed by the words Riot of 1983 or Cabbage Patch Stampede of 1983. And this didn't even happen on a Friday. It happened on a Sunday, November 27th, 1983. That's right. 2 years before I graced this world, everyone lost their minds for soft body dolls with yarn hair and a weird little stamp on their butt. This happened outside of a little store called Zane's, where over 1,000 people started to line up at midnight for a 9 a.m. opening. Police reported that as the sun started to rise, people shouted for the stores to open early. And while the glowworm didn't come out around Christmas time, people still lost their mind for that soft-body little toy that's face lit up at night just like the little child who got one for Christmas or their birthday. But the real reigning champion of the Black Friday horror story belongs to Tickle Me Elmo. On December 14th, 1996, a man was trampled by a crowd of 300 people during a Midnight Madness sale at a store while trying to get a box of Tickle Me Elmo toys. The man suffered a broken rib, concussion, pulled hamstring, injuries to his back, jaw, and knee. Maybe this crowd could have shown Mike Tyson and Jake Paul how to really throw down. Before Black Friday was about crazy discounts on fancy boots, kitchen appliances, or the season's hottest toys and gadgets, it originally dated back to the early 1960s when police officers in Philadelphia began using the phrase Black Friday to describe the chaos that resulted when large numbers of suburban tourists came into the city to begin their holiday shopping. Within a few years, the term Black Friday had taken root in Philadelphia city merchants attempted to put a prettier face on the day by calling it Big Friday. The phrase Black Friday, to signify a positive boost in retail sales, didn't grow nationwide until the late 80s, when merchants began to see their profit go from red to black. And in most recent years, Black Friday has been followed by other shopping days, including Small Business Saturday, which encourages shoppers to visit local retailers, Cyber Monday, which promotes shopping online, and Giving Tuesday, which also emerged to spur charitable donations. I can't help but think, after Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday, and Giving Tuesday, if that makes Wednesday, where did my money go Wednesday? And thanks to the boom of the digital age, most Black Friday deals are available online as well, with sometimes even bigger discounts being offered on Cyber Monday. I don't know about you, but if I can get the same deals on Black Friday and Cyber Monday while at home in my PJs, I've got 3 words for you. Add to cart. My first Black Friday experience was 2010 at Shoe Carnival. I wanted a new pair of boots, and the deals were just too good to resist. So I grabbed some coffee and a breakfast burrito and joined the masses huddled in the bitter cold and waited to shuffle inside, grab my boots, and get home before the kids woke up. It wasn't crazy. The people were nice. I thought, no, it wasn't too bad. I guess all the Black Friday horror stories are just media hype. That was until my next Black Friday experience. The twins were 4, and my daughter Michaela, hi baby, I love you, wanted a Barbie filled Christmas. So I braved Walmart, who had the biggest selection and best price. 5 a.m., and I am smushed in a crowd around a display of Barbies that were $5. Still not too crazy. People were a little more enthusiastic this time. But I wanted some Barbies for my baby girl, and how bad could it be? 6 a.m. hits, and the sale is officially on. You can grab the merchandise you want now. And dear listeners, I was not prepared. I was shoved forward towards the beautiful display of Barbies. I threw my arm out to steady myself and hopefully grab a Barbie on the way down. When out of nowhere, a woman dives underneath me, catching an elbow to the head. I was mortified. I started apologizing profusely. Fancy word. This woman doesn't even bat an eye. She grabs as many Barbies as she can and runs off into the crowd. All I could think while standing there was, I hope that woman doesn't have a headache. Not all of my Black Friday experiences were traumatizing. My favorite trip was with my mom. Hi, Mom, love you. Us 2 crazy gals went to Menards. For what, you ask? A 6-quart oval cast iron Dutch oven. That was my Barbie. I wanted it. I mapped out where it was in the store, and when the doors opened, the game was afoot. My mom and I bobbed and weaved, dodging shoppers, running with carts, till we found the Holy Grail, that beautiful brick red cast iron Dutch oven. We also scored some sweet deals on a couple of wax warmers and a few Columbia jackets. My stories have been pretty tame, but for Sean's Aunt Faye, hey girl, hey, not so much. Oh, Aunt Faye, the diva of discounts, princess of price cuts. You should see this gal at a yard sale. I asked Aunt Faye for a few of her favorite Black Friday stories, so this is what she shared. Aunt Faye said, a few years back at JCPenney, if you got to the store early, you would get a Disney character ornament and a mystery coupon for a certain percentage off your purchase. Much like Mama said, life was like a box of chocolates. You never knew what you were going to get. Aunt Faye said this was how it was with the ornaments. You didn't know which character you would get. So she waited in line, got her ornament, got her coupon, did all of her shopping, and when it was time to go, she saw a little girl who looked so sad. She stopped and asked her why she was so sad. The little girl told her, my mommy didn't get here early enough, so I didn't get a Christmas ornament. Aunt Faye said at that point she knew she couldn't just leave and not let this little girl have an ornament. So she gives the little girl her Christmas ornament, and the little girl looks at it and said, this isn't the character I wanted, and threw the ornament to the ground, shattering it. Aunt Faye was so surprised at this little girl's reaction, and even more surprised that the mom just stood there and was like, meh. Another memory of Aunt Faye's was shopping at L.S. Ayres with Lindsay, and after finally finding all of her perfect Christmas gifts and a pretty awesome set of king-size sheets, she headed to the long line of people to wait with all the other shoppers to check out their purchases. Aunt Faye said they were in line behind a lady at the register who was almost ready to finish her transaction and said, oh, wait a minute, I forgot one thing. She goes and grabs her one thing and comes back to the register, gets ready to finish her purchase again and says, oh, wait a minute, I gotta go get one other thing. Aunt Faye said, wait a minute, to which the lady responded to her, no, I just gotta grab one more thing. Before she can walk away, Aunt Faye turns around and addresses the crowd of shoppers standing in line who remembered to grab all of their things and says, ladies and gentlemen, Do you mind waiting while this lady finishes her Christmas shopping while we stand in line? Aunt Faye said, this is when Lindsay slowly walks away from her. Aunt, Aunt Faye said the lady tells her, well, I've never heard of such rudeness. Aunt Faye, always quick to reply, said, well, I'm seeing rudeness right now. Do you want to pay now or do you want all these people to wait on you? Amazingly, she did not need one more thing and paid for her items and left. To quote Aunt Faye, don't mess with me. I'm a Black Friday shopper. It's the one day of the year I can get away with pushing and screaming. God, have I mentioned how much I love Sean's family? So, ladies and gentlemen, what have we learned today? Black Friday shopping. It's always an adventure. Some little girl may smash your Christmas ornament. Someone may catch an elbow to the head. Someone may feel overly entitled, which happens on other days besides Black Friday shopping. Oh, and don't push Aunt Faye. There is nothing worse than poor manners to a Southern woman. And also, if you get in her way, she's still going to knock you down to get those king-size sheets. So if you're going out shopping, make a list. Check it twice. Santa does, so why can't you? Speaking of checking things, I've been checking my email and haven't seen anything from you loves. If you have a comment, topic for discussion, or just want to say, hey girl, hey, email me at riddickulousramblings@gmail.com. Well, that about does it for today. I hope wherever you're listening from, you're doing well, and you had a fabulous Thanksgiving, and you scored some pretty sweet deals today. Until next time, ta-ta for now. Okay, love you.